All right. Happy Monday morning. It is September 27th, which is crazy. Once again, I'm going to say it's crazy that it's already September 27th. We're heading into October. It's insane to me that we're already through September. I feel like we just started September. Like, where did it go? All right. So today, what we're going to be talking about is we're going to talk about something that I think we all deal with. It's something that could prevent us from growth and from getting results and actually feeling good about ourselves. And that is what we call FOMO. What is FOMO? Fear of missing out. We've all been there. We've all probably, seen another group over there and we're like, you know what? That group over there, they're doing something really cool. I want to be part of that. And but I should be working on this. And then you're like, yeah, but that looks really cool. That looks fun. And well, let me just stop doing this and I'll go over there. And then you go over there. And then you might see that it's fun for a minute, but then you also see that you lost ground on what you were supposed to be doing. So what we need to do here is we need to choose what we should be paying attention to. And nowadays with social media, it becomes a lot harder. So what are we going to do about it? Well, we're going to talk about it. And that's going to be my discussion here for our Monday mindset. So I'm going to kick this thing off here in about, 1 minute. And we're going to discuss this. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. And then from there, we'll also discuss a few things that you can do to hopefully help you with this. And then we will move on and we'll get on with our day. So this is not a distraction. And this is actually something that's going to help you, encourage you, and be able to really take your week to the next level. All right. So before we do, while we're getting this thing live and making sure that we are in fact live, because you never know with this Facebook thingy. So what I'm going to do here is I'll share a little story with you before we get rocking and rolling. Just got back from Myrtle Beach. We were there for a beach volleyball tournament. My daughter, who's 13, was going to play, did play in the adults. There's a couple different levels there. So she played in the, they call it the double A, which is, it's not the open as they call it. The open is like almost pro or could be pro. And then they also have pros that were there that were playing in the open. So anyway, we were able to go to that and actually watch some pros play. So that was amazing. She got to play, not against them, but she was able to play in an adult tournament, which was great. I mean, it also shows you that, you got a lot to learn, which is always good. But it was just really cool to see these pros there and to see how they operate and see how cool they were. My daughter got pictures with a bunch of them, and it was just really, really cool. There was a couple, I think, Olympians there. But yeah, it was just really, really cool. So the cool thing about it, though, is my daughter walked away with just more fire to really learn and to grow. And she actually asked one of the guys, she's like, what can I do to improve my jumping? And, he gave her some tips. And one of the tips was really just consistency. We talked about this before, just stay consistent, do the reps, and you'll get better, right? It's doing those little things that we feel are boring or, they might not amount to much, but man, those things compound on each other. And then before you know it, you're jumping higher or you're getting traffic on your blog, right? Whatever. So I always kind of tie it back to business, but it really, it makes a difference. So anyway, that's what we did over the weekend. And my daughter played, Saturday and Sunday. And we got to watch, like I said, the pros on Saturday. Long day, but it was a blast. So here we are, Monday morning, doing our coffee talk, our Monday mindset. So let's get to it. I'm going to go ahead and take a brief pause here so we can go ahead and make a clean edit, and then we will get rocking and rolling. All right, here we go. All right, guys, welcome back to today's Monday mindset. And I don't know why I just said welcome back because, I guess you're welcoming back. I'm welcoming you back to the podcast or to the coffee talk. But today, what we're going to talk about is Monday mindset. That's what we do here on these Monday coffee talks on the podcast. And today I've got a good one for you because this is something that we all can struggle with, and we all can fall into the trap of having this thing that has been thrown around out there that you might have heard of before, and that is called FOMO. And if you've never heard of what it is, it'll make a lot of sense here in a minute. FOMO, what does it stand for? Fear of missing out, right? So we're, maybe looking over there and everyone's having a great time and we're over here and we're working and we know that we should be over here working on this stuff, but man, that over there looks really good. Man, I want to go over there and play. Or another way of looking at it could be like, I'm working over here and I know that I'm doing the reps and I'm doing the things that I need to do over here to get to where I want to go. But, wait a minute. Shiny object over there. Everyone's over there. They're doing a new thing. There's this new platform that's starting. There's Clubhouse that everyone's jumping in on, which, by the way, I haven't heard much about Clubhouse. I don't know where it is now. Never went on it, never been on it, never even joined a room. Just saying, right? I think if we go back a little ways here, you guys were all asking me what I thought about Clubhouse. Are you going to get on it? Are you going to start your own Clubhouse thing? I never did. I never even went into one of those rooms. I just put the blinders on. It's that fear of missing out that a lot of people fall prey to. And then what happens is it takes your energy and your focus off of what you should be focusing on. And so I didn't skip a beat. I didn't lose anything. I didn't gain anything from Clubhouse. Could I have? Maybe. I could have did it. I mean, and again, I'm not sitting here telling you that I've never done it, and I never will, fall, into that trap. I mean, I did Periscope years ago. And it was good. I had like 19,000 people following me and all of that stuff. And it was cool for that minute. And then it was gone. And I just heard Twitter finally said that they're no longer going to have Periscope, but now it's going to be Twitter Lives, I guess, is what they're going to do. So am I going to now focus on Twitter and build a big following there? No, I'm not going to do that. There's no fear of missing out there for me because I'm always kind of looking at like, what has worked in the past? What do I need to stay focused on? And what am I focusing on now, right? If we looked back 4 years from ago, from today, what was I focusing on? It was different than what I'm focusing on now, right? We go through these seasons, these different doors that we go through because, we had the opportunity now of that door to open. Or maybe we're just done with that season and we're going to move on to a new season or a new chapter, however you want to phrase it. But when we are on social media, and you're on social media right now, maybe watching this or listening to this, you're on that platform. And what happens is you get on that platform, and I'm not saying you can't ever go on these platforms, but when you're bored and you're just scrolling to kind of get that little bit of, a dopamine hit, when you're on there and you're scrolling through, and then you start seeing pictures of like, a big event that's going on. And like recently, there was this big event going on, probably 4,000 or 5,000 people going to this event. And that's all you're hearing about because your news feed is blowing up from ads to people going there and people posting their pictures and, all of this stuff. And then you're like, man, I should be going there. If I want to build my business, I should be going there. If I don't go there, I'm going to miss that edge. I'm going to miss that connection maybe. But in reality, maybe for right now, you need to stay hunkered down. You got to stay focused on what you're supposed to do right now, right? Now, I'm not against events, by the way. I've held my own event, my own in-person event. It was a smaller event compared to these bigger events. It was, 250 people in a room, which was still amazing. And I'm a big fan of those type of events. My good friend, Steve Chu, him and Tony Anderson, they have an event, Seller Summit. It's a great event, right? I'm a promoter of it. I would say if you're in the e-commerce space, you should probably go to that event. But if it's going to take your eye off of what you're doing and you don't really have the time and you don't really need that at this point, then maybe not right now. Maybe you skip it for now, but you have to decide that. But my point is this: if you're scrolling through and you get distracted because of a shiny object, or you feel like other people are doing something that you're not doing and you're going to get left behind, or you're not going to be able to capitalize on this gold rush or whatever, right? That to me is something that's going to bring you further back, because now you're not focusing on what you're supposed to be focusing on. And a lot of times it's the reps. It's doing, the 200, passes. And I'm referring to my daughter right now because that's what she's into. Like doing the 250 passes every single day, right? Not doing like 10 and going, okay, I'm done. Now let's just go, jump on social media and see what's happening over there, right? Or, oh my gosh, there's this new hack on how I can pass better. I'm going to try that. No, do the fundamentals of what's always worked in the past and do the reps. It's the same thing with creating, these niche properties. Like what works? What has worked? Creating good content, posting frequently, and monetizing it through ad networks. That's it. That's the business model. Pretty simple. Now, what else can we do with it? Well, we can do a lot of other cool things with it. Once we have the traffic, we start building that list. We can do all kinds of cool things. We do digital products, we can do affiliate marketing, do all that stuff. But we don't have to do it all right now. What do we have to do right now? We have to focus on getting the traffic so then we can do all those other cool things, right? And we got to continually post that content, create that content, find ways to maybe get writers on board and hire a VA or a virtual assistant, right? Something like that. That is what's going to help you grow, whether that's building niche properties or not. I'm just using that as an example, right? But when we are looking, to grow, we also have to put the blinders on. We have to put the blinders on and stay focused on what we are trying to achieve, right? And part of that is going to be staying off social media for, you can limit yourself to however long you want to stay on there. Me personally, I think the most I spend on social media in one day is generally no more than 30 minutes. Sometimes it'll be a little bit longer. Like right now, you could technically say I'm on social media, but I'm saying as a consumer of social media, someone that's consuming the content. And I would even argue that if you have a group or a Facebook page that you're managing, that doesn't really count either because you're serving, you're actually adding, to that resource or to that community. So if you're building a community, you got to stay active in there, right? So what I'm doing is, for our, Brand Creators Academy, we have a group. I'm in there once a day, just monitoring things, seeing what's happening, making sure that I'm answering any questions that come in. I'm doing that type of stuff. We'll do our office hours call where we'll jump on and we'll do that. And sometimes we stream it right into the group. So I got to do that, right? But really that's a group or a community that we're all focused on doing the same thing. So I'm okay with that. It's the blind kind of scroll, right? It's like, I'm bored. I'm in the car. I'm waiting for my wife. She's in the grocery store. I'm just going to scroll through. I rarely do that, right? If anything, I'm going to look at the Yankee scores, or I'm going to look at the stats, or I'm going to look at something like that. That can do the same for me without me feeling like, oh my gosh, I just saw they have an event coming up and I should go to that. If I don't go to that, I'm going to get left behind, but it looks so cool. I should probably do that. I don't want to get in that place, especially if I am head down on what I'm focusing on, right? So, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, so right now, personally, my season right now of what I'm doing and what I am focused on, you probably already know what I'm going to say, is I'm focusing on building out these niche properties. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it personally right now. Like we have 4 of them right now that are active, a 5th one that's in the build stage right now. We're getting ready to publish content. So there's 5 properties going on. The other side of it is I'm doing stuff like this. I'm podcasting about it. I'm, talking about it. I'm emailing about it. I'm helping people that are in niche properties, the class, or if they're in Brand Creators Academy, I'm helping people. That's all that I'm focusing on. Okay. Anything else doesn't get my attention. Okay. And if I look over there and I see someone, I'm like, oh, that's nice. Oh, they're going to do Twitter lives now. Good. That's great. Good for you guys. Have fun over there. I'm over here doing the work, right? I'm committing to this, to this thing because this here is what I am focusing on. Now, it doesn't mean that what I'm focusing on is better than what you're focusing on. All I'm saying is this needs to be a reminder that if you are focusing on something, you have to put the blinders on and you cannot fall into the trap of FOMO, okay? Fear of missing out. You're not going to miss out, okay? And just ask yourself, what am I working on? And this stuff that I'm looking at outside of here, or if I'm on social media, Does this stuff, if it's getting my attention, does it at all lend itself to what I am doing over here? And if the answer is no, or even a maybe, disregard. Okay. Now, if you just want to go to an event because you want to get away, you want to maybe surround yourself with some people that are all fired up too, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But if it's going to take you off of what you're doing right now because you know you got to be working on this stuff, then I would say pass for right now. That's just me personally, right? So this here today, this Monday mindset is all about how to avoid feeling bad, okay? Because that's what FOMO does. It makes you feel bad, or it makes you feel like you're not doing enough. You're going to get left behind. I'm here to tell you that's not the case. Okay, that's just something that's going on in your head, and we need to reverse that. We need to get that out of that head, okay? Because it's not reality. What's reality is you committing to yourself to show up consistently and do the work to get you to where you need to go. And that's it, okay? That is it. So guys, this is your Monday mindset. I hope that this has helped you. I hope that now you can see, or maybe even in the future, if you start to be tempted, you kind of come back to this conversation that we had and you go, you know what? I'm going to pass on that one. And I'm not going to look in that direction. And maybe you'll also give yourself some limits on how long and, where you are looking online. Okay. And one of those big ones is social media, of course. All right. So guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action. I'll see you in the next episode, and get out there and make it happen. All right. Take care, guys. Cut. All right, guys. What do we think? Let's see here. What's up, Alpondro? Thanks for the apple. It's not late today. That's good. And oh, by the way, Yankees had a great game yesterday and the day before and the day before. I think they swept Boston. I think so. You might want to check on that. Let's see here. Steve says he can take you easily at pickleball. Yeah, we'll have to see about that. Steve and I are definitely we're about due to get on the court. We might need to make that as a special event, actually. Well, awesome. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. All right, guys. I am going to get on out of here so we can actually get some work done today. I wasn't kidding either. We had a long weekend in Myrtle, and we watched some good volleyball. And yeah, I'm ready for the week now. I'm inspired, I'm motivated, and I'm ready to crush the week. So hopefully you guys got something out of this as well. I just wanted to say thanks for showing up. And hey, do me a favor. If you think that someone needs to hear what I just had to share it with them. All right. Let's get out there and help some more people. All right, guys, take care, take action. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.